And in today's video we're at Sophia Gardens in Cardiff for our National Express bus to Pembroke and then the Irish Ferry from Pembroke to Rosslare with onboard cabin review. Now the National Express bus you see here has USB charging at the seat, also large luggage storage and overhead luggage storage, and here you'll see a table tray at seat also. Now the bus cost £7 to Pembroke dock and it takes around 3 hours. There was overhead aircon and reading light as shown. And we leave Cardiff Sophia Gardens on time at 2:30 p.m. for our journey to Pembroke Dock and then on to Irish Ferries. The views are good on this journey and Wales does have some magnificent castles on the way, I have to say. And the National Express bus gets a thumbs up from me. We now stop at Port Talbot, a lovely seaside town here in Wales. Here we get a short glimpse here of Port Talbot seaside town. Now enter Swansea bus station, just another stop on our route along the way. And for those who are not familiar with National Express, they offer comfortable leather seating with toilet located at the back of the bus. And here we now see Swansea Rugby Stadium. Here we get a glimpse of some of the lovely castles here along the journey route. We'll try to get it here the shot, but it's from the left angle. We're on the opposite side of the bus, but we'll get it a bit here nonetheless. We make our way towards Tenby. And we see here again the lovely castle here on our left hand side with some great river views as shown. I didn't get a chance to note the castle name, as sometimes it's hard to document things when you're on the move, travelling and going, trying to make videos. But here we arrive at Pembroke Dock, so we're going to go to McDonald's because our ferry is not till 2:30, that's 2:30 am in the morning. Well, now we're at the Irish Ferries dock and we're going to sail to Rosslare. Head away from Cardiff all the way to Pembrokeshire, and we're at the port now to sail with Irish Ferries to see what it's like. We're going to give you a look to Rosslare. So all to look forward to. Stay tuned, you're going to enjoy this one. And there is a waiting lounge at Irish Ferries port here in Pembroke. Foot passengers must check in here at the reception area. I must say the Irish Ferries port staff were very friendly. Even the border police were absolutely amazing. The Welsh people, they're a credit to society. Brilliant people. And here's our Irish Ferry, the Isle of Finish Free. Our ticket costs £17 sterling for an adult single and €45 for a cabin. Now I only get the cabin on board as it's cheaper to book in advance. It would have cost £48, but then you run the risk it might be sold out. Here we see a cafe on board the Irish Ferries, and it looks pretty empty to me. It's kind of a club lounge for a trucker. And the ferry lounge, as you can see or saw, is empty throughout the whole journey. There was only 2 people that I noticed. But here we're going to have a look at Boylan's restaurant. And you can see on display there's a number of hot drinks, cold drinks, sandwiches, teas and coffees. Here you'll see the breakfast being dished out. Full Irish, full English, whatever you want to call it. Has the sausages, the rashers, the pudding, the beans, the whole shebang. But we didn't get a chance to try it. So here's some of the breakfast options and menu and prices. There is also a gaming area on board as shown. And now it's Guinness time, and it's time for a glass of Guinness or two. You can see Heineken, Rock Shores and Orchard teas are served. You can see there's a selection of hot and cold drinks. There's also Prosecco I see there. And we also have crepes and an array of different sandwiches. And we look around the cabin and we see our fellow sleepers sleeping on the floor, and some get the good seats and they sleep on the lounge chairs, or sofas I should say. I have to say the deck at night was pretty cold but offered great views as we leave Pembroke dock, and look, who doesn't want the fresh sea air as opposed to a plane flight. You're kind of cramped in, you haven't got that good air. So that's one reason I think to travel with Irish Ferries or Stena Line even on these journeys to England or further abroad. Here's a short rundown of the cabin prices on board, and a €10 deposit was paid for the key. Now here you see the cabin with bunk beds, so it costs €46 for two sharing, that's around £39 sterling. You can, it was pretty comfortable I must say. The bed was quite comfortable and the ocean rocks you to sleep in certain weather conditions, so I found anyway. So I got an hour of sleep, but it is difficult sometimes to sleep on bored, but depends on the person I suppose. So at least I got an hour, got to freshen up with the shower, so everything was great. And here you'll see the shower, a good option I suppose if you wish to freshen up as I said, and it suited the purpose. Now the water was on and off, hot and cold, it didn't stay consistent at the one temperature, but look, it's a ship we're on board, so we can't complain too much. And no UK Irish plug socket, and I left my universal charger in the bag on the bus down in deck 5 below. Sea soap and fresh towels are provided. Well, it's still morning. Well, we got around an hour's sleep, so not too bad. And what did I think of Irish Ferries and the cabin? Well, I suppose the cabin was pretty good. If you need your sleep, it's very important. So the hour can help, I suppose, you're driving or anything else, but it's good anyway for that extra luxury feel, because you should feel well rested when you're travelling. As for the food, I thought the food looked pretty okay. Now I didn't have any, but the breakfast looked very appetizing. I have to say the sausages looked perfect. The bacon, the eggs, freshly cooked mushrooms, beans, pretty reasonable. So the food was good. The staff were absolutely amazing. The Welsh people themselves were very friendly and pleasant people, I have to say. So I will definitely come back to Wales because they're absolutely amazing people. I found them very friendly. And there was also a radio in the cabin. It did not work, but shows the ship age. We use TV now if Irish Ferry representatives are watching. Now look at this sunrise as we enter Rosslare Harbour. This is why I like ferry travel. Space, comfort, sleeping options, and an old pint of beer if you're partial to it. So I hope you enjoyed today's video. It's useful to fellow travellers and shows the alternative methods in travel and environmentally friendly options also.